Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing my rank 1 Shadow Feraligator that I go 9-2 with. Now, both my losses did pretty much come down to 1 HP, so it was very close to an 11-0, but I mean, it was a 9-2, so now if you use this Pokemon right, it is absolutely stellar. It's very good. It is the end of the season though, so people are running Grass Hole, kind of doing their own meme things, so it might not have as much success as usual. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see the IVs here. Not your typical rank 1, but the 0, 15, 15s, kind of around that range. You get to like 1480, 1482 or something like that. So that's why these ones are your rank 1s. And yeah, so before the 9-2, I want to showcase a few battles, a few good battles. And then after that, we'll get into 9-2. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the battles. So the first game we're going over, we are actually playing Trent. You guys probably know him. Got Venu versus his Azu. Great lead for us. He switches right into Gligar, so we have a great answer in Azu. And Azu surprisingly isn't as great of an answer as I thought it would be. He throws the dig. You see that gets me right about to 50 health. So I'm gonna throw the Ice Beam on good timing. Likely gonna be shielding this one up. And yes, he does. So he's gonna keep throwing our fast attacks. He's gonna throw another dig. I can live this now. And I don't want to get into all that awkward shield scenarios. Yeah, so I throw it. I really threw a player up just because I thought he might catch, but I don't even think timers were up. But I threw on bad timing because I wanted to have as least amount of health as possible in case he wanted to let that go. And so he farmed up the double aerial lace. I am at a frenzy plant, so I'm gonna throw this off just so I can keep a little bit of health on my Venusaur. And he's likely going to let this go, yep. And I'm going to go right into my Feraligator. He goes into his Azu. I think he swapped back in. No, he went right into Registeel, so get some energy on that. I'm going to throw before the Zap Cannon. I don't want to throw after I get possibly debuffed. He's going to throw. Good timing again by him. And I'm going to have to shield this up, right? He throws the Zap Cannon. That would have killed. And he does get I do get the debuff, or I do lose my attack, so unfortunate there, but I mean, I think there's still a chance I can win this because I am up a shield. And he actually threw on bad timing. There was a little bit of lag there, or FPS drop. He probably had a little bit and just wanted to make sure to get the move off. So here I'm thinking that our clocks are desynced, right? Because I threw a Hydro Cannon and a Zap Cannon. So then he threw a Zap Cannon and then switched. So I'm thinking I'm gonna throw this off. He's at 4 right now. I'm gonna go for the catch. But even if I don't catch, he probably would still have to throw against my Venusaur. And I think he had to throw there, right? So then, yep, just pretty straightforward from here. Throwing the Hydro Cannon against the Registeel. And able to I mean, I didn't even have to throw the move here. I just had to throw the move. And I'm able to take that game. So, I mean, he played that just as well as you could, I think. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah. Game 2, not game 2 of the set, just another game I wanted to go over. Annihilate lead. Pretty good lead for us here. Usually I like to farm up to 7. Make sure that the move goes through. It does go, or his fast move goes through. It does, so I throw the Frenzy Plant. He actually lets this one go, and I'm like, okay, I need to make sure to. I don't want to take it on my Venus, so I want to lure out any, electric like a Lantern or maybe a Grass type. So I actually catch the Ice Punch. So that worked out perfectly for me. Not the greatest matchup here, but I don't want this on my Feraligator, so I'm totally okay with it. He's gonna throw the Thunderbolt. I'm not sure if that was an undercharge or not, but looked like it didn't do a lot of damage. But yeah, so I kept farming up without throwing because I wanted him to throw the Thunderbolt so he can get his least amount of energy possible. If that makes kind of sense, but yeah, so I come back in with Venusaur, gonna take all this up, wanting to farm this down. So yes, I throw the Frenzy Plant, the CMP tie. He shields that actually, so I'm like, likely a Mud Boy, I'm thinking in the back, right? So I'm gonna want to shield this up. He's gonna switch into his Serperior actually, so I mean I guess he shields it, then he gets his shield back, so I did need to shield that anyways though, right? So throwing the Sludge Bomb. He didn't overfarm that much, so I'm gonna let this one go actually. Coming in with this guy. Now I'm going to win CMP tie here, so I'm going to want to throw on best timing as possible. But I don't want him to get an aerial lace off on me either, so that'd be a big deal. So I make sure to throw before he gets, or right as he gets the aerial lace. So I think I did throw right as he got the aerial lace, but I could be wrong. Maybe one too many or one short. And we still need Ice Beam to take that out. Now here you gotta watch out for a catch. He's got the Lantern with a little bit of health. I'm gonna need to Hydro Cannon that. And he's got the Annihilate, so he doesn't catch here. I'm able to get that off. I waited for the move to go through, and yeah, another great game there where Feraligator just crushes. Here, decent lead here. I mean, I'm gonna outpace him to the first move, so I'm gonna make sure the move goes through, and he didn't actually throw it, so he swapped. So good thing I waited for the fast move to go through there. Here, I mean, I kind of have to stay in though, you know. And I have Azu for the Polyrath, so I'm not worried about any of that. I'm gonna throw right before he gets the next move. I think, what does he do here? Does he fight for switch or not? He probably could have farmed me down, but he might have thought that was a frenzy plant and that he could get a good, like, just make a really good move and waste basically all my energy and get a shield. So comes in with Skarmory actually to farm me down. Able to get this frenzy plant off, which I think is pretty nice because it does a little chunk of damage, but I think you need like Hydro Cannon and a bunch of Shadow Claws, so that way that the frenzy plant damage I don't need as many Shadow Claws, but definitely gonna have to shield this one up. Waiting for his, and I wait for the move to go through, and it's just like it kind of stands there, you know. So I'm like, okay, I have to click the move because you know kind of how that goes, right? But I try to get more energy. He could have thrown the Scald against me, but I don't know, he didn't, and it wouldn't have like the Skarmory would have needed so many or a fast attack anymore. Or, sorry, a charge attack to kill me anyways. So works there. Here I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna try to farm this thing down. I keep getting these attack falls, so I'm worried I might not be able to. But let's see. Gets another Scald. He's gonna get to another move. I mean, these bubbles are just doing nothing, but able to there. I'm gonna throw the Ice Beam. This one's super debuffed, but I have to throw it, so my switch clock's up. I'm gonna switch in, throw the Shadow Claws and the Hydro Cannons. Here, I think is he at 2 shields? Yeah, so I mean, I probably could have farmed down safer plays just to make sure that I get it by going with the Hydro Cannons because I have basically an Ice Beam on my Azu. And I just decided to shield this up. No point in messing around. Throws a Sky Attack, gonna take me out, but I have an Azu with a little bit of health, so it should not be an issue. GG's to him. Now I believe this is the first of the set, actually, of the 9-2 set. So I play a Dugong in the lead. I just want to throw the Frenzy Plant here on good timing and then dip out. And likely a shield from him. Yep. So I'm going to throw one. No, okay. Actually, no. What I just had to do here, yeah, that's right. Because I don't want my Feraligator on this thing. It's not a great matchup. Is I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant, try to get a little bit more chip damage. Here, then, what you're going to want to do is throw one and then dip. But he actually threw right away. I was like, okay, works for me. Not getting that much energy. Because usually people throw on good timing. So you throw one, then dip, you might be able to catch the move. It's not really the best to catch an Icy Wind, but Azu's so tanky and you kind of want to save your shields for Feraligator that it's okay to do. Here, wait for the move to go through, throw my player off. Don't think this will kill. Especially, I don't remember if I wasn't even watching if he debuffed me or just threw the drill run. Looks like he threw a drill run, but there was an Icy Wind here to debuff me a little bit. Perfect, able to farm down a bunch. He comes in with a Gligar, gonna throw my Ice Beam against it. This is gonna do a lot of damage. I am debuffed though, so he does let this go. Decide I'm just gonna come in with Feraligator and I'll be able to farm it down. I'll have to use a shield, but then I'll also have a bunch of energy, right? So I'm gonna shield this up. Debated whether or not to not do that, but decided to do it. Thought that the Aerial Ace is gonna do a decent amount of damage, and you know, if there's like a Charm or something in the back, I'm gonna need all this health. Throws. I think this was this a Night Slash? We farmed out for, yep. Gonna live that and able to just farm this down. Could have just thrown the move, but takes it's quicker to just fast attack down. It is a little more risky. I have lost games like that, thinking I could just, take the quicker way out, but not too worried about it. Here we're playing the Cord. Whiscash, great lead here. Oh, I remember this game. He stays in for a little bit. I was like, what is this guy doing? Then he swaps out to a Tentacruel. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to throw this and dip out. He lets it go, so I go in with the Feraligator to catch. I think he only farms up to what this thing, Acid Spray, so let that go. And I forget that I thought his Whiscash was at 4. It was at 5, so I don't get the move off. Surprising he threw it right away as well, but that actually works out perfectly because our shot or his clock isn't up yet. I'm able to get a bunch of farm on this thing. Not enough for a Blizzard, just enough for either a Scald or a Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb, so I'm going to stay in. He comes in with Skarmory. I have to throw a move because the clocks aren't up yet. I switch out. So despite the great lead, this is looking like it's going to be a kind of close game. He Sky attacks me. I mean, this is just going to be, he's not going to Brave Bird right away. Just make sure to, I always want to go up to the Hydro Cannon or Hydro Pump, but like, I mean, it's not really a big deal. So I'm going to have to start using my shields here. I'm going to shield this Sky attack. I'm going to farm up to an Ice Beam. I guess I go up to a, I don't know what I was doing there. I don't know why I didn't throw there. Oh, yes, I wanted to not throw there because I wanted to make sure that, see how the if I were to throw it at different timing, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds before I'm able to switch into Venusaur. If I wait that like 3 or 4 seconds to swap out, then I'm able to swap right out into Venusaur. Like, because he can't switch during the animation of me swiping and hitting the bubble. So that kind of makes sense. Kind of high skill level play, if that makes sense to you. If you guys have any questions, I can explain it better. Just comment, and I can try to do my best to explain it. But I think I did a pretty good job. So here comes in with Wigglytuff. I'm going to be throwing these play roughs. Was this the game? Was this the Basti lead? I think this was the Basti lead, where basically you farm up to right before he gets to 7. I live that very thankfully. And then throw the Frenzy Plant, and then throw 1 and swap. People are trying to throw on good timing, so be able to take advantage of that. Comes back in with Basti. I have a dilemma. I'm thinking that it's a toxic team, right? So I come in with this. Probably could have farmed up more there because if it was a toxic team, I want to make sure to have as much energy as possible. But I also wanted to get the damage off so that I could just, one Frenzy Plant would kill, so I don't know. Here it comes in with a Mantine. I'm going to throw this Ice Beam for neutral damage. Battle the Waters right here. Here, I'm going to, what? I don't even remember what I do. I shield this up. Yep. Oh yeah, that's definitely the right play. Get the last, get some damage off on it. That's pretty much what I need to do here. I think it sounded like it looked like a CMP tie. I'm not sure if I just didn't see the sneak or he just actually didn't sneak. So yeah, and pretty much GG's from there. So another Venu into a Bastiodon. So yeah, just like I was saying earlier, you're gonna want to farm up to right before he gets to 7. Throw the Frenzy Plant. And then you're gonna want to throw 1 and swap into your Azu. Now he throws a flamethrower, but he does have a victory bell. I mean, it just means less farm. I was never gonna make it to another icy ice beam. So yeah, just less farm on that thing. And I'm thinking this is probably a double charm or double razor leafers. So gonna shield this up, likely an acid spray, but I need this thing alive. I'm gonna throw the sludge bomb, hoping to knock this out. He's gonna shield. Unknowingly, I'm gonna make it to another one. I mean, I easily made it to another one, so kind of misplayed by him. But if he does have a Tropius, hopefully, or a Wigglytuff, I'm sitting okay because I have a shield. It sits with a Wigglytuff, so I'm gonna throw best timing as possible. Kind of hard there with the, how he loses a turn and it's kind of awkward, but then I'm gonna throw three and throw just right as I get there because Charm is gonna do way more damage than the Rock, whatever that move is that Bastiodon has. Able to get there and able to take this dub. So Toxic Team with a grass in the back, able to win that one. I don't even say it's toxic. I don't care when people run it, but that's kind of how it's like labeled as a toxic team, just so people know what I'm talking about. Another great lead here. He's going to swap right out into his Gligar. I'm going to answer with this. It's just how I played it against Trent, the first game that I showed you guys. I'm going to play it the same exact way. I mean, Feraligator does great against Whiscash, right? So, I mean, especially up two shields, it'll be fine. So throw the ice beam. He's going to throw the dig right before I get to the next one, but won't knock out, so I'm able to grab both shields here. And really, you're just going to put it all on Feraligator. Feraligator Shadow has nice coverage with an Ice Beam, so you can really do good with this thing. So yeah, like I said, I didn't sneak there, unfortunately. Because I think, unfortunately, let me see. I think we would have, no, okay, not a big deal. I guess it just means more farm for my Feraligator with the Shadow Claws. Comes back in with this thing. He's losing just one turn, so I'm going to throw right away. And he does a great play here. He is actually going, well, I don't want to spoil it, but he's going to scald me, right? And I do get the debuff, so I have to throw my next move. That's just super unfortunate. Smart play by him. And if you see, this is I mean, look, I had 1 HP left, right? So comes in with Mandibuff. So I'm thinking there's still play here, right? Um, he's gonna make it to do 2 Dark Pulses before I knock out. So what I need to do is call a bait here. He throws on good timing. So I'm like, okay, only chance I have to win is an Aerial Ace. It does throw an Aerial Ace. I get to the Ice Beam, and it's just gonna come down to if I can farm this Shadow Gligar down, as this will knock out. And yeah, there you go. So not only did the Whiscash have 1 HP before it would have died, I would have won. Also, the Shadow Gligar had 1 HP. So yeah, super close loss there, but what can you do? He comes in, so this one is Serperior. You just want to, I think, double shield your way through this one because you all pace it, and you can't have your backline on this. There's thoughts that once you get the second shield, you could come in with Azu, Ice Beam it, but even you just let the Frenzy Plant go. But I like this way more. So I'm going to throw right before he gets to the Aerial Ace, make sure that the move goes through. A little bit of lag there, no worries though. And I was thinking about clicking there, but I thought he was going to catch. So I decided to just, I don't know, he must have miscounted or something. Which is, I mean, it's a smart play by me to not throw right as I get there. Because it's very likely he's going to catch there. There is a little bit of lag, so I just get the move off. He's at 4 right now, so he could have CMP tied it, or he couldn't have because he lost a turn, which I wouldn't say that's the best play anyways. But I think he's off his counts there again. So I'm able to get this next move off, and then he just decides to throw instead of farming me down. Should have farmed me down there, but yeah, I have a great answer to this in Azu. Able to get a bunch of energy. Now it looking a little tricky. I mean, you got the lantern, not necessarily the best place to be in. So I get this one off. I'm hoping if I can maybe get to another player off, I have a chance to win. He doesn't know my back line, so he's likely to try to kill me with the surf before. He's likely to try to kill me right here, right before just taking all the damage. If he knew what was in the back line, he would have played it different, but he didn't. I live with like 1, 2, 3 HP. Great game here. Or great live there, I guess. I do. I think I have the rank 1 Azu too. and I just come in here, farm this down. He's not able to make it to a Thunderbolt, but he is able to make it to a Surf. Not enough, but I know he's trying to come in here and throw whatever move he has to kill my Feraligator, but I'm able to throw my Hydro Cannon off first, and good game to him. Very close game there. There, the 1 HP was in my favor. Here we have kind of a difficult lead, but it's not the worst thing. I'm gonna throw these neutral Sludge Bombs. I think a lot of people think Poison does Dragon resist Poison, which is not the case. You see there, God, that was so stupid. I tried to catch there. I click on the move, we hit it, or I click on Azu, I hit an FPS drop, and I'm not able to make it. But that's all right. So I'm gonna throw the Frenzy Plant here, get the shield. Here he's gonna try to farm me down. He's not able to, and I deal with 1 HP. Great there. Throwing the Frenzy Plant. Lets it go. Lets it go because he has a Shadow Feraligator, and yeah. He's probably thinking, well, we have Venusaur lead. Shadow Feraligator is probably good against the back line. I mean, that's very common to think that way. And it was even shield, so he keeps throwing the Hydro Cannons here. I'm trying to farm up to as much energy as possible. I'm not sure if there's lag there or not, but yeah, anyways. Is it just, the game's been very laggy lately, at least for me on Android. I'm able to, I was debating whether to shield this because I'm almost out of move, but like I said, Shadow Feraligator with a little bit of extra energy does great. And he has a Skeldridge in the back. Pretty easy game here. So GG's to that opponent. Next up, Venusaur versus Dragonair. Now, there's two ways to play this out. Throw the Sludge Bomb or Frenzy Plant, try to get the shield and dip, or just go straight into Azu and try to get an enter or a shield advantage or energy advantage and get shields that way, whatever. I decided to go into Azu. He comes in out with Victory Bell, and I'm hoping this isn't double grass in the back. So he's going to throw a move. I do decide to shield this, probably an Acid Spray. Maybe not the best shield there, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I shield the first one, don't shield the second one. I'm kind of stupid there. Here, what I wanted to do was farm up to 2 so I get the shield right away from Dragonair. I do get 2 Frenzy Plants, but he snuck the move, and he knows that's going to knock out, and I have nothing to do with energy because it'll be dead. So good play by him. Pretty misplay by me. Could have had a chance there. Not sure what was in the back, but yeah. He comes in with Shadow Feraligator, or he comes in with Gligar. I mean, we've seen this a lot, Gligar save swap, so I'm going to answer with my Azu. Play it the same way as always. Usually how this will play out is you'll get both shields. You'll come in with Venusaur. Pretty much stack your Venusaur if you need to, and put it all on Feraligator. So he's going to throw just like everyone else does. Not quite going to knock out. Here I decided to throw on good timing just because I want the bubble damage. I'm thinking maybe this extra bubble damage can... So instead of losing 1 turn, I only lose... Or instead of losing 2, I only lose 1. And then, you know how that can, like, damage register or whatever. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. He's going to throw the Aerial Ace. He's going to come in with Dugong. He's out of shields. So I don't know why he swapped out there. Probably thinking that Oh, top left. He's probably thinking that since I don't know, probably that Gligar is good against the backline. I don't know. Here, Venusaur can't let this against my backline. So, gonna overfarm just a little bit, try not to let him catch it, but you can't wait for the move to go through because he can just throw the move and you'll be denied. So, throwing the bait. I actually bait here. Usually I don't like to bait there or just bait ever, playing it safe, but I do decide to bait here. And I call his bait. So I'm gonna throw the Sludge Bomb. And I shield there, you know, like I don't like to shield this matchup or use shields on Venusaur, but you kind of have to, right? Here I'm going to let this one go. Sorry for the spoilers. Let this one go. He Sludge Bombs me. I wait for the move, or he just was off counts, and he comes in with Stunfisk. So wasn't quite able to catch that one, but I'm going to throw that. He's at 8 right now. Debating whether or not to just let this one go, but I do shield this. think that's the right play because I can get to an Ice Beam and threaten that Venusaur, unless he's out of move. Hopefully he's not out of move. He's not quite out of move, able to throw the Ice Beam and take that out. And Feraligator just putting in absolute work here, dude. And he has Bastiodon. Surprising not to see a top left, but maybe he was just going to let me complete the Feraligator sweep. So thanks to this guy. Throwing the first Hydro Cannon. Does just about 50%. I'm going to throw the second Hydro Cannon. No point in throwing on good timing because the game's already over. And GG's. Next up, Ymir Dukep. Shadow our Gligar lead, so I'm going to swap right into our safe swap Azu here. Comes in with a Lantern, so I'm glad I'm able to lure this out. Again, here, wanting him to throw the Thunderbolt as soon as possible so that he's not able to like kind of manage his energy later on. So I'm going to throw the Play Rough. Now, it would be really nice to be able to leave this matchup, or leave once my Azu dies. This is what I'm thinking. Leave this matchup with some energy on Venusaur. So I decided not to tap this that much. Probably could have tapped it a little more, to be honest, but all is well. If I'm able to farm this down and leave a double Frenzy Plant, I can really threaten that Gligar. He's going to Thunderbolt me, and he's going to swap. So that's what most people will do. Swap out here, not let them just get farmed down. Goes into Annihilate. So I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant. He shields that. Then I think he's at 7 here. And I was like, screw it. I'm just going to hope that's not an ice, or not a Ice Punch. So I'm able to actually get this next move off. And yep, he's going to shield that. So now he's down shields. Looking like a good scenario here. Gonna have to use my shields here because I don't want the Lantern just to, the fast attack to take me out. So I throw here. I think this was CMP tie. And the rank 1 Feraligator actually has a little bit of a, it's like a 0, 9, 11. So it has some attack to it. Maybe that wasn't CMP tie. I couldn't really tell, but anyways, gotta go for the Ice Beam here, but he's able to try to catch it. I'm able to not let him catch it, and I'm just gonna throw a Hydro Cannon here, make it so I'm 2 away from the Ice Beam, so he's not able to get to the move before me, as well as farm me down, and yeah, so really good energy management. So sorry if I cut myself off. My editing software is so bad right now, I can't even listen to the audio I recorded, but this is gonna be it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.